Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com, the direct purchase line from you to me and my crew for this or any watch you see on Watchbox Reviews. And today we're talking about the 2019 model year Bulgari Octo Finissimo skeleton black ceramic, a timepiece with wonderfully light, scratch-resistant ceramic. If you're like me and you hate it when your finally finished watches scratch and scuff, black ceramic is for you. On my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, its 40 millimeter watch wears easily, 5.6 millimeters thick. It's almost as low as my wrist hair, and you can see when it's strapped down, it nestles in. It feels as though it's 2 or 3 millimeters thick. From lug to lug, 46 millimeters, so as light as it is, the watch will wear well on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. It does feature a conventional lug setup, so you don't need a proprietary strap, but 30 millimeters is the spacing, so at the very least, you'll need to get a Bulgari strap or get one custom cut. The bracelet that's included, however, is a beautiful, perfectly integrated inclusion to the case. The Octo shape was inherited from the Genta company. It launched back in 2000, the same year that Bulgari purchased the Genta Daniel Roth manufacturer in Le Sentier. So this is a true manufactured product from the company that was formerly Genta. You can see that pins are used to retain ceramic, which is standard construction for this type of bracelet. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a change of plane with the center links lower than the flanking links. All of this is a matte finish, so it has a wonderful light absorbing character. Now you can see that the buckle is intelligently designed as it sits within recesses in the actual links. There's a little well or revetment. So on both sides, once it's buckled down, it sits flush. It doesn't stack up. It doesn't become any thicker once it's closed. And you can see there are spring-loaded pin snaps internally for a tight, lasting tolerance to the closure. And you'll appreciate that the crown features an outboard matching matte piece of ceramic. The standard cabochon in the standard crown is ceramic on metal. Here you can see the entire structure conveniently rendered in matte ceramic. Now the case is supposed to feature 110 facets. I haven't counted to confirm, but they'll get darn close. The eyeball says that the tail is probably true. What the eyeball also says is that this watch doesn't put a line wrong. Fabrizio Buonamassa of Bulgari has done a great job of tailoring, preserving, evolving, and respecting the best designs that he inherited from the old Genta manufacturer. And you can see here there's a tension between the circular form of the dial features, the crystal, and the outer bezel, as well as the faceted inner bezel and the highly angular case and lower bezel design. This is a complex shape, and it only becomes more so on the dial, where you're looking at Bulgari caliber BVL 128 SQ. You can see there is a center set of skeletonized and blackened hands. You can see they're faceted and polished, and those are your hours and minutes. You've got constant seconds on a floating sub-register down at about 7:30, and then there's actually a power reserve scale for the 65-hour manual wind power reserve, and that's up at what would conventionally be about 9:30 on the dial. You can also see through the open barrel. There's an open mainspring barrel. As you wind the watch, the mainspring becomes more tightly coiled. You can see the escapement pounding away the anchor and the wheel. You can see the balance beaten away, as well as the shock protection for the balance staff. You can see that there is a circular satin finish across the skeletonized bridges that runs all the way around the dial across the bridges. And you'll even note, if you look real close, we'll get as close as we can here, but you can actually see the keyless works in action. The keyless works in its winding mode and in its setting mode. It is a very visible and very cool machine. You can see the hour wheel, you can see the minute wheel pinion, the motion works at center. Pop open the bracelet and you can see that it's just as impressive on the case back. This 28 jewel movement is over 36 millimeters in diameter and only 3.3 millimeters thick. It beats away at 21,600 vibrations per hour, and this properly sized movement speaks to the manufacturer credentials of Bulgari, which is now able to build movements specifically to fit the shape and size of its cases. All of the wheels feature satin finish. There's a handsome beveling on the interior of the skeletonized components, and all screw heads have been black polished. There is no conventional coat de Genève. Instead, there's a satin finish across all the bridges to give it an original and intriguing techno-industrial appearance. The full balance bridge makes the watch marginally more shock tolerant, as well as stiffening the structure of the movement itself. And because this uses conventional construction, it's not as though the movement's base plate is built into the case back. You have the ability to see the full movement, and the watch has conventional 30-meter dress watch water resistance. So this is a timepiece that puts it all together. A 2019 scratch-resistant, largely handcrafted and hand-regulated, limited milestone watch from a family of watches that is putting Bulgari on the map as one of the hottest and fastest rising brands of our time. This is the Octo Finissimo Skeleton Black Ceramic 2019. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com to make it yours.